be created on July 9th. Even Sudan's President Omar al-Bashir has accepted the South will break away. He spoke hours before the figures were due to be released.
We have the results today. We warmly welcome them because they express the wish of the people of the South.
Haru Mutasa joined us now live from Juba in southern Sudan. Haru, I imagine a festive mood in anticipation of these results.
Yes, and people have started getting messages on their mobile phones congratulating people of the South, telling them this is a mammoth moment we've reached in history, urging them to help out in building this nation, making it a prosperous one. It is a festive scene and a festive mood here in Juba. Unfortunately, the big celebration gathering that was planned early on had to be changed because initially it was thought that the announcement would be at 11 a.m. in the morning local time, but for reasons beyond people's control, it was moved to 7 p.m. local time. Officials said because the square is not well lit and it's dark, it's perhaps safer and security-wise better for people to celebrate in bars or in their homes. But no matter where people celebrate tonight, it's expected to be people will be celebrating the birth of Africa's newest nation. This really is a momentous moment in history. Gira?
Is there a realization, though, among many people in South Sudan, even though this is a hugely momentous day for them, that there are major challenges lying ahead with an entire nation having to be built virtually from scratch, given the state of the country's economy, health and education services, not to mention the lack of infrastructure?
That's right. It's going to be a huge task trying to build this new country. Poverty levels are extremely high in southern Sudan. There's a high illiteracy rate. Much of the infrastructure, like you said, has been devastated during the civil war. Officials are starting from scratch, building hospitals and schools. They made some effort, but a lot of work still needs to be done. There are also unfinished business between the north and the south. Outstanding issues including oil sharing, border demarcation, for example, citizenship issues. These things have to be finalized before the 9th of July. And then there's the security issues. A few days ago, there were clashes between soldiers within the Sudan Armed Forces. There are continuous clashes between rebel groups like the Lord's Resistance Army from Uganda and some defectors from the Sudan People's Liberation Army. So all these challenges will be at the forefront of officials that try to rebuild this nation politically. They have to form an interim government. They have to hold elections, write a new constitution. A lot of work needs to be done. They'll be relying on the international community, on the donor community as well. But they are confident they will succeed. They know it'll be a mammoth task. They have accepted that. But they say give them a chance, and maybe, hopefully, sometime in the future, southern Sudan, when it becomes a country, will be able to stand on its own feet. Kira?
Haru Mutasa in Juba. Thanks very much, Haru. Sudan is currently Africa's largest country, but on July the 9th, when southern Sudan breaks away from the north, that title will go to Algeria. No decision has been made yet on what the new nation will be called, nor has there been any resolution on who will get the disputed region of Abyei. It's oil-rich and prime agricultural real estate. The people of Abyei are yet to vote on who they want to be aligned with. At the moment, tribes there are allied to both the north and the south. Naturally, residents in southern Sudan are pleased at the prospect of a new nation.
As a citizen of southern Sudan, I'm really extremely happy, because we are going to experience a new life. There will be no more oppression by the Arabs. We're going to be independent.
Yeah, for us, I'm feeling very happy because I know that this official one, it is just to inform the world that this one is done official.
We're looking at images broadcast by Sudan TV just a short while ago. These are pictures of southern Sudan in anticipation of this historic moment and the final results, which will be announced shortly. In the meantime, we can speak to Barnaba Benjamin. He is the Minister of Information and Broadcasting in southern Sudan. He joins us now live from Juba. Welcome to the program. A historic moment for the South and the people of South Sudan. What do you expect to be your first priorities as you embark on this new journey?
Thank you very much. I think this is a wonderful moment for the people of South Sudan, that at least their choice for an independent state has been accepted as credible, peaceful, and that indeed heralds in a new stage in the responsibilities of the people of South Sudan, especially their government, to move forward in order to present and meet the challenges that are always met by any new nation emerging out of a very long conflict. I'm sure we will embark on our priorities, and that is, first of all, is at absolute security throughout South Sudan so that all our communities and population live in peace, a thing we have succeeded to do for the last 6 years. The second one, of course, is development, infrastructural development in areas of education, in areas of health services, clean water, building of roads in order to enhance investment into Southern Sudan. And I'm sure these are challenges that any new nation will always meet. And I'm sure with the administration of the last six years, I think we have put down enough executive, legislative, and legal structures which are actually the responsibilities of a responsible government. I think we will be able to meet these challenges.
Let me ask you about how you might meet these challenges. The easy work, I dare say, might have been getting through the referendum, obviously after years of conflict between people in the north and south. It's never easy to build a nation, as you say. Are you confident that South Sudan will have the necessary tools, the resources, the infrastructure it needs to perform that task?
Absolutely. If you see what the challenges we have gone through, not many countries in Africa have succeeded to go in those challenges. We have gone through a very difficult election, which we succeeded to do as one of the most peaceful elections ever. We have gone through the referendum, registration and referendum, which we have successfully done. You will not give us an example on this continent of a country that has done a successful referendum and a successful election. Secondly, the last 6 years we started from zero, and up to now we have all the structures of government in place. We have a vibrant legislative assembly with 10 states where the people's voices are being heard, which is a democratic transformation, a great success, a thing not heard of in this continent. Secondly, we have executive structures of very experienced people, both at the national government level. As you know, that the SPLM was able to administer in the government of national unity in Khartoum. So we have also been running this country as a whole. And we have a government of South Sudan that has developed experiences. Our infrastructure has gone well.
It is one thing, though, for the SPLM to be a guerrilla movement that has brought the country to this stage and also to have run the country on a basis of limited autonomy. It's quite another to govern the country now when it emerges as an independent country. How much reliance will there be on the north? The country is potentially rich in oil resources at least, but it will be one of the poorest countries in the world. Will you have to rely very much, being landlocked, on the north in order to export some of your oil?
I don't think that Southern Sudan is one of the poorest countries. I disagree with that completely. I think the last 6 years we have demonstrated that we have a share of our oil resource that has made it possible for us to carry out a lot of challenges. That is, the structures we have built today. If you come, South Sudan is not like any other country in Africa. It's bigger than 4 or 5 African countries put together. And the fact that we have managed to administer this territory with the resources we have had, I think it doesn't make this territory a poor territory. There are enormous resources that are available, and with our good relations with the North, as well as the rest of the neighbors and international community, I believe, honestly, we will be able to make it.
As you celebrate, though, this result of the referendum, and clearly it will likely be a very resounding yes as far as the preliminary results are concerned, at least 99% of the people saying they want to break away from the north. How important will the fate of Abyei still be, though? Are you concerned at all that the fact that it hasn't taken part in the referendum because of the skirmishes and the violence that has taken place on the border and the tribal disputes, that there could be more conflict moving forward? Are you concerned about that at all?
Yes. Yes, the fact that we have gone through some of the most difficult challenge, the fact that Southern Sudan choice has been accepted even by the North, that was the greatest difficulty. There is a commitment now while we speak from the leadership of the government of national government in Khartoum and the government of South Sudan. They have promised that they would resolve the remaining promises peacefully without reverting to war. So I think the commitment is there. And the things we have done is a proof that we are committed, both the National Congress Party and the SPLM as the two ruling parties in the north and in the south, that possibly the issue of ABI would be resolved, because we have a BI protocol, which is an international document to which everybody has expected signatories. So I believe that, yes, with this spirit that we have seen in President Umar al-Bashir and the National Congress Party,